In this guitar video, we will address the issue of how to practice scales. Although we certainly can talk for days about the various aspects of practicing scales, in this short video I will discuss the musical aspects of the topic. Here you see 3 guitar fret diagrams representing various aspects of the key of C major in the open position. Diagram 1 is 1 octave of the C major scale pattern. That fingering is something we all consider as common knowledge and basic information. Diagram 2 contains all the notes that are members of the C major scale in addition to the original 1 octave pattern located in position 1. Diagram 3, of course, is the C major chord. When I practice a C major scale, I occasionally strum a C major chord to reinforce in my ear the tonality and musical quality of the key of C. To begin practicing the C major scale, play exactly what you see written here, the common knowledge basic 1 octave pattern. Pay special attention to the sound of the root note. Listen for its strong home bass resolving type of sound. Begin and end on the C root notes you see illustrated here. Beginning and ending on the root enables you to hear the scale properly and to experience its musical quality and general overall effect. This is also good solid ear training practice. Here is the diagram that illustrates not only the notes in the basic common knowledge 1 octave C major scale pattern we have been playing, but also shows you all of the notes in the key of C major that are in position 1. Notes that are higher in pitch than the highest root note I will call the upper extension. Notes that are lower in pitch than the lowest root note I will call the lower extension. Many students begin practicing this pattern by playing the lowest note of the lower extension and stop when they reach the highest note of the upper extension. If you blaze through all the C major notes in that position, you are really not practicing and hearing the scales properly. Although this may help you to memorize the pattern, it is not doing any good for your ear or for your abilities to make musical judgments and educated guesses. Listening closely to the scales enables you to have a good ear for music. So, when I practice the scale, I begin on the C root note just as before, but I play the notes of the upper extension, also beginning and ending on the C root note, just as before. Doing this as a way of listening and thinking, I can continue to sharpen up my ear and understand what the major scale sounds like in relation to that root note. When I get to the lowest note of the scale, I play all the notes in the lower extension, also beginning and ending on the C root note, making sure I can hear the sound of the scale properly. Not only does this help me to think like a musician, it makes memorizing the scale patterns easier. Reinforcing my scale practice with the sound of the chord and the shape of the chord helps to keep my mind on the big picture of position playing.